Ricky, tough opener for the Anglo-Welsh with Northampton coming down here. What's your thoughts ahead of it all?
If you look at both the A-League competitions, we're top of the south and Northampton are top of the north, so depending on obviously what side they bring down, we know it's going to be a tough start. We know what we're going to have to do. We know the physicality we're going to have to bring into defence to stop them getting momentum in the game, but we're also very excited about how we want to play and how we want to put our game on them.
Rob's talked about it being a big opportunity for guys to really stake their claim for a shirt when the Premiership comes back around again in a few weeks.
Yeah, if you look at every year we've been involved in this competition, that's why it's so good. It gives those younger guys the opportunity to get game time, but also those senior guys to really put their hands up, and just shows sort of last year Sam Simmons had a block of 2 Anglo-Welsh games at the end of the season where he played really well and pushed on to being involved in that Premiership squad, and then this year he's just gone one step further. So from that perspective, the players can see that there's a stepping stone. It's not just a competition necessarily for game time for them, which is important, but it's also, if they play well, they know that they can obviously push themselves into selection going back into the Premiership.
3 successive final appearances shows how serious the club takes this competition, and obviously this is game 1. You've got to lay your marker down from the outset of the weekend.
It's a big part of the jigsaw puzzle us as a club. We want to attack every competition, but it fits in really well with obviously where we are in the season, that we've had a tough block of Premiership games, but also again we get to really give some of our younger players the opportunity to go out and put a Chiefs shirt on. So that sprinkling of younger players with those older players is a really good blend, and over the years it's just shown that it's a competition that we love and love being part of. And I think hopefully the weekend's will be another big crowd, and they'll see another group of young players coming through, like the Simmons, like the Maunders, the Townsends, the Slades and Knowles, and it'll give them someone else to see and see how they develop as well.
You would have done your homework on Northampton. A bit like us, they will probably rotate their squad around, but again they've got a lot of strength in depth.
Yeah, they have. We've both got 2 very strong squads now, and I think you have to be in that Premiership, and they'll come down with a strong side. And if you look at our sort of development as a club over the last sort of 6 to 7 years, each year we get a little bit stronger as a squad. And I think that will show on Saturday with the side that we can put out. And so I think from that perspective, we're going to be 2 clubs want to get a real good start in the competition, so it'll be one hell of a game.
Rob's talked about the excitement of getting some of the injured boys back as well. We've seen some of it already in the Premiership in Europe, but a few more hopefully over this next fortnight.
Luke Cowan-Dickie and Dave Ewers are coming back into it at some point. They're still working hard to get themselves back fit, so they might come into the mix moving forward. So it is a good opportunity from that front, but also it gives those senior players like your James Freemans, your Toby Salmons, your Kai Horseman now who's coming back from injury. It gives them an opportunity to back up some really good A-League performances. Matt Kovacic is chomping at the bit to get onto the field, and he'll be in and around that coming when we get back into that Premiership block.
As a coach, it must be great to have that sort of strength of riches to pick from, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Every year is a different challenge. I think when we first started on the competition, it was a very younger side, and you had to coach a little bit differently. It was about probably taking the pressure off them as a group more than actually how they play. This year, with the Kais in there and Jack Maund and Will Chudley's all being around that mix, that they can lead themselves. So it's about actually taking a step back and letting them head it up. So each year is different as a coach, but also as well just an exciting time for us as a club.
I was going to say, talking about coaching, it's a much different Ricky Pellow that coaches now to perhaps those first few seasons as well. You're a lot more experienced.
Yeah, definitely. Even just doing interviews, you get a bit more comfortable in front of the camera. It's been nice this year that you've had. I've been able to bring in some of our younger academy coaches into the mix. So Hayden Thomas has come in to head up our defence. Sam Morton, who's been running the A-League with me, has come in to do the forwards, and then Mark Churcher, who's obviously come up from Truro College, who's worked with our 18 squad, is going to come in and assist me with the back. So it's a great opportunity for players, but it's also, which we've done over the last couple of years, has given me my chance to develop, but also now we get to develop some other coaches as well.